underestimate the cost of looking after a pet. The PDSA says the novelty of a new dog can soon wear off and in some cases can lead to abuse or abandonment. This is Dylan. He was just a year old when he was found like this after being left on a country lane. He was severely malnourished and it wasn't expected that he would last the night, but it's an entirely different story now. Here he is in the studio looking perfectly relaxed with a good strong coat on him now. His new owner Jamie Lee Birch is with him as well, and Terry Ogden, who is a veterinary surgeon. Thanks both for coming in. Tell us a little bit about Dylan's story then.
Yeah, so Dylan was found abandoned down a country lane in July, and as you've seen from the picture, in a pretty shocking condition. He was covered in mange and sores, and it was pretty much on death's door really. A man, fortunately for him, found him driving down this lane, picked him up, took him to a council pound. He was treated for his mange, so he had sarcoptic mange, so he had to be given regular treatment, and he was in confinement because it's obviously really contagious. And then Hounds First, which is a rescue charity, stepped in and put him into a foster home, which is how we came to find him, and then we adopted him in September.
And any hangovers from that? I mean, is he? You were saying off camera that he's nervous around men.
Yeah. So physically, it's just a bit of weight gain he needs to do, but emotionally, he is still a bit hand shy. He is quite wary of men. So we are sort of doing, trust exercise with him and things like that to build up his confidence and to stop him being so nervous.
And Terry, I imagine in your capacity as a vet, you come across these terrible cases sometimes.
Sadly, from time to time, we do get cases like this. It's actually extremely rare for dogs such as Dylan to survive following his level of neglect. And I'm sure you agree he's a very worthy winner of the PDSA Survivor Award this year.
Oh, he's won an award.
He has, yeah.
Tell us about that.
So the PDSA Pet Survivor Award is for animals that have sort of gone through, needed vet treatment, had life-threatening illnesses or injuries and things like that.
Yes.
So we entered into that, and we found out last week that he'd won. So that's amazing.
And tell us about some of these rescue homes. I mean, it seems incredible, doesn't it? After 30 years since that advert, a dog is not just for Christmas, it's for life, that we still have lots of these cases. Is it their busiest time of the year?
Absolutely. I mean, there's certainly a spike in, abandonments in rehoming centres in the period after Christmas. And sadly, too many people are still seeing pets as impulse buys and forgetting that actually they do have quite a long life expectancy, and they are living, breathing creatures with not only nutritional and health needs, but also emotional needs as well.
Because how much does it cost to look after a dog for life? Have you worked that out?
Typically between £15,000 and £30,000 over the lifespan of a dog.
Okay.
Cats is around £17,000, so even for smaller pets the cost is still considerable.
Jamie, what sort of checks did you have to go through to be able to get a dog like Dylan?
So we had to do an application form where they asked quite a lot of questions, and then we had a phone call to it was like a little phone interview if you like, and then we had a home check as well. So a volunteer from the rescue came to our house and had a look around and asked us questions about our daily living and things like that, just to check that we could take on a dog, because it is a big commitment and a big responsibility.
So what would you say to people who might be thinking of bringing a pet home for Christmas?
I'd say think very carefully. Make sure you've considered all the implications of pet ownership, and also potentially consider that bringing a pet into the household at Christmas may not be the best time. It's very busy, it's often very noisy, there's lots of new people around, and this could potentially be stressful to a new pet. And also in households where there's a lot going on, maybe owners don't have the time to commit to socialising a new pet. A very good suggestion would be, if somebody's thinking about getting a pet in the near future, buy them a book on the type of pet that they'd like to get in terms of the ownership and management of that type of animal, so that they can then read up, learn about that pet, and then truly consider, is it the right thing for them to do.
Okay. Well, thank you both for coming. Thank you, Dylan, for coming in. Oh,
So chilled.
What kind of dog is he again? He's
a lurcher, and we think he's a Saluki cross.
Right. Well, he looks perfectly relaxed. Well done, you, for taking him in and doing such a good job with him. After 15